So I recorded this, or at least I thought I recorded the intro to this video, but when I started editing, I realized that footage wasn't there, as well as the first like 20 minutes of me painting, which probably is because it's a long story. Anyway, so today, you're watching me decide that I've never done a Bob Ross tutorial. And when I realized that I'd never done that, I was just like, I am so behind the trends, oh my goodness, what am I doing? So I decided that I would do a different kind of trend, which isn't really a trend, but I was going to make it one. Not really. But I was going to try to paint JOANA CEDDIA'S ceiling on a canvas. Now, at the point of filming this, I didn't think my parents would let me paint on a ceiling. But since then I've been informed that my mom doesn't care if I paint on my ceiling or not. So, anyway. Also, I'm not planning to shave my head either. We're not shaving heads because my dad will throw me out of the house. But we are going to paint her ceiling on a canvas. So are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. You can see me here with a black canvas because I kind of forgot to video me doing it when the canvas was white. Anyway, so here I am watching JOANA's video, making sure that I have everything that I need and that it will turn out right. Now here I am with the red, and I'm starting to go in and just do it. I have no idea what I was doing, honestly. Every minute of the time I was just really confused because apparently the video JOANA was very confused, and she's very confusing. I mean, I love her videos, but what was she doing to her ceiling? Okay, here I am going with yellow, which was in some ways brighter, but also like weirder than the red. I was so confused all the time I was working. And now I was trying to find the right blue shade to go in. And so I went in with a very dark blue, which might have been a little bit too dark. So, yeah. Okay, so basically I kind of just have the bare minimum bottom layer on. I'm still trying to figure out how it actually happened to go from what it was to what it is. And I think it's the highlights that really transformed it, and also I find that once you put like stars or something on, it often like makes it less blunt. But it still looks like someone puked all over it. So we're just working on it. We're really just working on it. I went back to work. Actually, right now I'm missing an action because I'm trying to figure out the paints that I need. But I went back to work trying to make it a little bit lighter. I added some pink and I went in and I was absolutely horrified by the result, which ended in me leaving and coming back and getting paper towels and totally wiping it away and then ending up to covering it with black because it looked like a horror scene in a movie. And so I tried again with a different strategy. And so here I am with that other strategy, which also ended up absolutely horrible. And so I ended up going even faster, trying to figure out what on earth is going on with my painting. It took a lot of figuring out because I had no idea what I was doing. I've never painted a galaxy before. And during this time, I was also starting to wonder if I actually should be a painter because I can only do portraits. At least I've only ever been able to do portraits. So you can see me staring at this painting and wondering what on earth I was doing. So here I decided to go with a different strategy. I was like, hey, we're going to start finger painting. And by finger painting, I started with the brush, and then I decided that the brush was absolutely a horror, and I was going to do it with my fingers. But here I'm still, I think, using the brush, and I moved on to my fingers. Yeah, I moved on to my fingers. And then I just smeared them all together. So that is what you hear Rose laughing in the background because she's like, what on earth is she? Anyway, so, and then I stared at it and decided it was a horror scene. So I went to find Star, who was by me the whole entire time, and she just was sleeping. And then she's like, why on earth are you putting that camera in my face? The poor dog. Star honestly just wonders about me half the time because I talk to her and tell her everything, and then she's like, why on earth are you telling me this? Why are you involving me in this? I wash my hands of all things that involve you, except, I just threw a stuffed animal at her. So it's gotten a lot later. I don't even know what time is it? Okay, it's almost 9:30, and so far, I don't know what I'm doing. It really looks like trash, but we're doing it anyway, and I don't think it will look like JOANA's ceiling at all, but it will look like something, and there you have it. It will look like something. So we've gotten to the point where I think we're at the highlights. So I've mixed up sickly paint colors, and just so you know, don't paint in your favorite pants. I mean, these were like my only pants that did not have paint stains on them. Surprising, I know, I'm not a very clean person. And now they got like 5 paint stains, which also goes to prove don't paint when you're on a fried brain. Don't do it. Sleep a full night before you try to paint. Just take my advice. Alright. As you can see, I ended up getting glasses, putting my glasses in and taking out my contacts because I do believe I inhumed? Is that even a word? I breathed in some paint fumes, and so I was coughing and my eyes were burning and I was sniffling. So anyway, by this point I had given up because I was so tired, and I was like, whatever, this isn't going to look like what JOANA painted on her ceiling. So I'm just going to do whatever I want to do and see if it turns out. So I started putting speckles all over the painting, and then I realized that was a really bad idea too. So I put on more speckles to cover up the speckles, and then I ended up taking a towel and totally wiping them when they're not quite all the way dry, so then it made like a smeared effect and gave it some like circular patterns in the painting. And I actually don't hate it. I think it's not a professional technique, but it's a technique I used. This is all blurry, and I apologize. That's what my eyes look like at the moment. My eyes honestly really started hurting. I think I got paint up my, inhaled paint fumes. Not a good thing to do, but I think I did that. Okay. I need to scoot the chair over. We're going to lower you. There you go. Hopefully you can see this. Doubt you can. Okay. How am I going to say my name today? Snap, crackle, pop. That looks terrible. I want to sign with the tip then. So I've decided at this time of night that I am hungry and I am making myself avocado toast. It was actually like guacamole, eggs, and toast. So I will show you. Okay, here's my snack. So basically what this is gluten-free toast to cover the carbs. Then we have guacamole to cover the fats and the egg to cover the protein. I usually have it for breakfast, and I'll eat it with cabbage or kale on the side, like a salad, and a fruit, so that I have my fruit and I have my vegetable over here too. So yeah. So I'm eating it because I'm hungry and I didn't really eat dinner, so yeah, that's what we're having. Okay, peoples. There is a reason why I do not indulge in painting galaxies and skies. Because, I mean, that does not look like her roof. At least I don't think it does. Hang on. A beautiful shot of JOANA's face and her ceiling, and then my painting. Her ceiling